everyone. You're in the office with Joseph Skoda. My office is a brick wall today, maybe a dungeon. Depends how you look at it. So good to have different places to go and different places to cope. And that's kind of what today's focus is on. How do we cope with different things going on in our life, with the stresses? I'm going to give you some ideas that I've been working on for some time. It's real important. So there's key to recognize stressful situations as they occur because it allows us to focus on how to manage how we react. I'm going to give you 10 pointers today for preventing and reducing chronic stress. So how do we cope with that? And number one is basically we have to learn how to rebalance work and home. All work and no play, or too much play and not enough work. We know there has to be a balance, and we still need to play. We still need to play, or we still need to have time at home and not in the office too much. And those of us that work from home like me, get out. You cannot stay at your house all day long. You need to socialize and learn to have fun with others. That's one really good point, is rebalance work and home. And number two, you probably already know this one, exercise, regular exercise. Moving your body on a regular basis balances the nervous system and increases our blood flow in the circulation. It helps us, even 20 minutes, just 20, 30 minutes walking around the neighborhood helps. Don't give me wrong, it helps get your blood going, but if you want to lose weight, you kind of have to move more rigorously, 20 to 30 minutes. A nice walk helps you reduce and helps you cope and get rid of the stress. If you try to lose weight, that's totally different. You need to pick up your pace. But exercise, however you do, it's extremely important for each and every one of us. And obviously, number three, we heard about this one so many times, eat healthier and limit our alcohol and other stimulants coming into our body. Now, I like a cocktail every now and then. I really do. And I eat healthy when I can. But you and I need to learn how to eat healthy even when we're not at home cooking our own food. We can get healthier choices at restaurants, but it costs more. But nothing's wrong with making something at home and bringing it with you to work. So we can avoid or minimize the alcohol and other intake, even coffee. It does temporarily relieve stress and helps us cope with things, but it often has a negative health impacts on us. So we should always start with a good breakfast to keep our body and metabolism going, and we eat little meals throughout the day. So that works out really well. Now here's one I strongly suggest. Number 4, associate yourself or connect yourself or network yourself with positive people. Positive influencers. People that are not negative in your life. Sometimes the most negative people are our own family. So if you and I can learn how to hang out with more positive people, and we can still have a good attitude, we wake up and go to bed, we can deal with things a little bit better. That's one way to help us cope with stress and other things going on in our life, is just to connect with supportive and positive people. Now what about this one? Number 5. Find a hobby. Make it a hobby. Read could be your hobby. Playing chess could be your hobby. Going for walks at the beach could be your hobby. Model airplanes, Toastmasters, a million other things can be a good hobby. A way for you to reduce stress and doing something you enjoy doing. Now here's a point. Just because it's your spouse's hobby or your best friend's hobby doesn't mean it has to be yours. But I do encourage you to try different things and find out what's a better fit for you. And it's great if couples can have similar interests. Of course, that makes perfect sense. But if you have to do something a little different from time to time, make sure you're enjoying it. Gardening, listen to special music, whatever brings you pleasure and joy. but it helps us cope with stress in our lives. So carve out a little bit of hobby time. And number 6, meditation, yoga, stress reduction, prayer, of course, helps us to focus inside and help us to deal a little bit better with things going on around us. Yeah, we can do that. We can practice meditation and stress reduction and spend some time in prayer. If nothing else, just to help us to remain a little calmer than we usually are. How about number 7? This should be a favorite. This is something that I've had problems with for years. I'm just now getting into it. It's called sleeping. Sleeping enough. Now we realize as children we need more sleep than we do as adults, and of course as older adults maybe we need more sleep again. When we get 7-8 hours of sleep a day, your body can tolerate stress a little bit better because we're well rested. We're well rested. We're feeling better about ourselves. We wake up with energy. All those things is great. So sleep helps our body heal too. Because a lot of us have pains and aches and pains, and the sleep will help us to reduce that stress and heal. And that's so important. Now here's another one, 8. Some of us don't have these, but if you do, find a pet. Bond with your pets, especially dogs. Dogs love us unconditionally. Now, I have a cat. I'm not sure if he loves me or not. Just wants to be fed. But he knows if you're there or not, and they have their own way of showing love. I don't care if it's a goldfish. You can still talk to your fish or whatever other animals you have. Maybe it's a rat around the house. Just something to talk, and trust me, those animals hear you too. They may not understand the words, but they can feel the love. And you and I can feel that love. So find ways to find a companion pet, even if it's your best friend's dog or cat or whatever it is. Spend a little time to find a little quality time to work with them. And one of my very favorites, 9, is vacationing. Do you and I vacation enough? Now, don't get me wrong. You can do a staycation, stay at home or at least a town in your town or a couple towns away, get a room and just a break from your home for a day or two. It's great. Take those vacations. There's a lot of museums to see, or movie theaters or other places, or theater in general, or beaches, and just it's a good way to cope and relax a little bit away from the home. You don't have to be too far away from home. Now, I like to do international travel, and when time and money permits, I definitely do. Now, on top of all that, if all those are working, but you need a little bit more, number 10, find a counselor, coach, maybe a therapist to help you cope with whatever anxieties are happening in your life. The different stressors, how do we deal with it? A lot of us are not used to effective coping mechanisms. I think I talked earlier, a lot of us turn to drugs or alcohol or other addictions to help us deal with the stressors in our life, and we don't have to. But we often need a kick in the butt and a coach or therapist just to help us along the way. I just want to recap on some of these things we talked about. We need to balance our life between work and at home, and we get that perfect balance, and we can have more time for fun. So not too much of either one. And number 2, build in that regular exercise. If you're trying to lose weight, you have to pick up the pace. That's all. And 3 is limit the alcohol and other stimulants. Now, even though they say limit coffee, I'm a coffee drinker. I love coffee. I drink a pot a day. But it's okay to minimize that. Whatever you read about the pros and cons of coffee or tea or alcohol, everything in moderation. So just slow down the pace a little bit. Will help you deal with your health a little bit better and cope. And make sure we connect with positive people. We connect with supportive people. We keep the negativity to a minimum in our lives so we can breathe a little bit better. Breathe a little bit better. What's number 5? Hobbies. Hobbies, music, reading, gardening, scuba diving, one of my favorites. Doing models, dancing, whatever it is, find that hobby. Hopefully you have a similar hobby with your significant other, your spouse, but if you don't, that's okay. Find something you really, truly enjoy. It helps us deal with things a lot better. And what's this one? Stress reduction, things like yoga, meditation, of course, prayer. Whatever helps us focus inside and get rid of this junk on us for a while is always a good thing. And number 7, how's it go? Sleep, rest. Even though cat naps throughout the day, they recommend 7 or 8 hours a day of sleep at least. Solid. You have to get that REM sleep and really put your body to rest because your body can heal better. You'll have more energy the next day. And it's okay to take little cat naps throughout the day too for the little extra boost. I strongly recommend with that. Number 8, I'm still doing this wrong, I'm sure. Find a pet, find an animal, find somebody you can hug and talk to. Even if they don't understand you, you can feel that love. An animal just has a way to help us relax. Don't know how they do it. They do it better than humans do sometimes. So I recommend that. 9 is one of my favorites of all time, of course, is vacationing. Staycation, vacation, whether it's one night somewhere out of town or a week or even longer. Vacation. Use that hard-earned money you have and do something with it. Memories like that is more important than a new television, desk, a bigger car, all those things. It's the quality time you spend away with a loved one. And 10, find a therapist, a coach, a mentor, a counselor, whatever you need to ensure that you're able to accomplish what you need to accomplish to cope with whatever's going on in your life. Because we all got junk, we all got stuff, we all got stress, and mostly external pressures. Let's you and I focus on the inside and deal with those external pressures and even become stronger. You know how to do it. Hey, get involved in social media shows and let us know some of your ideas. But feel free to comment on the video, reach out to me, Joseph Skoda, and maybe I can help you deal with some of your stress or some of your coping mechanisms. Have a great day. Life is good, and I look forward to working with you and hearing about your stories. Talk to you soon. You're in the office with Joseph Skoda. Bye now.
Office as a show on social media shows, talks about everyday circumstances in life. Watch Joseph Skoda every Monday 11 a.m. on socialmediashows.com and let us bring the world to you.
John is an employee at one of the most famous firms in the city of New York, so his job is very hectic, and he realized that it is necessary for him to go and finally take a vacation. But he went on a vacation without planning out the details, and wasn't able to truly enjoy where he went because he had to think about so many things that he didn't plan for. Instead of enjoying his time away from work, he came back with more stress that he was not able to take full advantage of his vacation. But this year, A coworker suggested him to try World Ventures this time to make his vacationing more enjoyable and less stressful. They do not require you to plan anything outside of your transportation, which is also available at discounted rates. Your stay, your transport, and many meals are planned by the club. John liked the idea very much. He tries World Ventures, and his experience with the club was amazing, as he made many friends there with whom he had a great time. John recommends that everyone should try this club, as they are the best in business. See how the VIP-vacation-club.com can give you the right experience without all the hassle. Enjoy the VIP experience that only World Ventures provides.
Thank you to our affiliates who trusted and hold us by the hand. We truly appreciate your support and we are looking forward to a longer relationships. GI Connections, VIP Vacations, James Presley Recording Studio, Power X Energy Drinks, Moke Experience, 22.3 Takeover Vegas Radio, Revolution Radio 2, Rhythm Vision, Westgate Resorts Las Vegas, The Giving Water, Whalers Creation, The Funk Jam, The Iron Monk Tattoo Society, GG Chic, Las Vegas Entertainment, Fantasy at Luxor, Action Shot Productions. Ask us to learn more how to be part of our affiliate today. As we continue to grow and build a brand, social media shows continue to develop and discover new possibilities to help one another. Our affordable services will help us move to the next level of our journey. Host your own show to inspire or entertain others for as low as $150 per month.
You have 20 shows a week, live stream.
We are looking for sponsors. We showcase your business products and services on our network to be seen by your target market for as low as $200 a month.
That's 2 percentage points short of reaching critical mass, which will lead to faster results. We have 20 plus shows with a reach of over 80,000. We'll give you commercial ads, website link, and connections to nonprofit organizations.
Let us promote and advertise your event, giving your venue the red carpet treatment. This platform allows venues that feature entertainment, singers, bands, DJs, comedy, fashion, corporate events, and family events to be showcased in a new direction that also involves your audiences starts at $200 an hour. We also provides video editing, website builder, commercial video for your business, music videos, photography, provided by our affiliates. As we build our community, we pay it forward. Our nonprofit organization GI Connections is all about giving back to our community. Join us create outreach programs to help our community and live a happy, peaceful, and unity. Let us bring the world to you.
You're in the office with Joseph Skoda. Today I want to talk to you a little bit about, see behind my head? Change. Change. The only constant we really have in this world is change. And once again, I'm Joseph Skoda. I have in the office segment, and every week I try to give an inspiring, motivational segment of different things going on in my life. And often every week, there's a lot of similarities in certain topics, but every now and then it changes. Well, it obviously changes. Even the same topic changes because we have to be ready to adapt and to accept what's going on in our lives. Some of it most of us are used to the same old, same old. When someone asks you how you doing, what do you say? Oh, same old, same old. And what does same old mean? Usually, and I believe it's not true, woke up the same time, go to the same job, same kind of food, go back home, watch TV, whatever it is. A lot of people brag about that their lives don't change, that it's always the same, oh, same old. That's not really true. Change is always going to happen, whether we bring it upon ourselves or just our environment does. I mean, fuel prices going up or down is changing. And sometimes that changes the way we're traveling. When fuel prices go up, we usually don't drive as much, let alone fly somewhere. And, motel prices go up or food, we don't go out as often. But when those prices are cut or we see a sale at Macy's or Kohl's or somewhere else, we're running to the store to save some money on something. Constantly changing and constantly adapting to that change is what helps us grow. See this, for instance, I have a beard today. I don't have a beard most of the year. I don't, but once a year I let it grow, 2, 3, 4 weeks, sometimes a little bit longer, and then I know I'm going to shave it because it's make me itchy or I'm not going to like the way I look, so I'm going to change my appearance. Now a lot of women, men too, change their appearances, a hairstyle this way, that way, shave, don't shave, different lipstick, eyeshadow, whatever it is. We just want to change our appearance. And when we change our appearance, sometimes it changes our outlook or how we feel about ourselves. Because you and I want to do the best we can, or we should try to do the best we can each and every day to look at this other one, believe in, believe and succeed. We want to make ourselves look good because it makes us feel good. And deep down inside, when we feel good, we're better people. We work a little harder. We attract the right people into our lives. Because when we have that feel good sensation inside, we start to glow. We start to have a little bit of pride in the way we dress, the way we look. We tend to develop our self confidence to a different level. Now, we all going to have those bad days, those storms that we have to go through where our finances are in disarray, kids are sick, maybe our car got wrecked or whatever it is. We're always going to have those days where things never seem to work out right. You know what I'm talking about. We don't have to go into details on that. But I just want to stress upon you, regardless if it's Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, January, February, whatever month, it's going to be something changing that we don't expect. It could just be changing from one coffee to a different one. Or you ask someone to get you something and this time they forgot to bring whatever it is. Change is consistent and we need to embrace that. Now, let me tell you, you may be happy where you are. And like I told you, maybe you're having trouble at work, financial problems, having trouble paying the bills. So you and I not only have to accept change, but we have to be willing to change ourselves. If you're not making enough money, obviously you need to find other employment or start your own business, or more importantly, get some education so you're more valuable at the job you already have. How many of us do that anymore? Okay, you have a supervisory position. Great, good for you, congratulations. And there might be a dozen other supervisors, and they're going to promote 3 people next year. How are you going to move up the food chain to be one of those 3 people that are even considered for promotion? You can tell me all you want to. Well, I've been here forever and I know how to do everything at my job, so therefore I deserve the right to get promoted. Why? Aren't you going to get stuck in the same old of your own life? Stuck? And you think you're doing everything right? What are you doing outside of your job to get a bigger picture, more knowledge, more experience outside of what you're already doing? You and I need to stop expecting handouts. A step up for not doing anything more, anything extra. Now, we've heard this before. I think it's a Janet Jackson song. Great song. I'm a big fan of hers music-wise. Not everything else, but I'm a big fan of her music-wise. And I don't know the name of the title of the song, but it has something to do with, okay, Dada, you did this, da 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 da, all those other things. but what have you done for me lately? Have you ever thought about that? What have you done for me lately? If you look at your employer, your boss, your supervisor, whatever it is, and they have to decide who's getting promoted, can they really go back 2, 3, not just 2 to 3 months, 2, 3, 4, 5 years when you were great on top of the world? What have you done for them lately? And if you're a boss or supervisor and you have employees under you, you have to take that into consideration also. Great, you have this experience. You were the employee of the year 10 years ago. Great. But what have you done for me lately that you deserve the promotion, that you deserve the extra money, that you deserve the additional responsibility that can lead to your own success later on? You and I have to get out of that same old mentality where we think that everything is owed to us. Yes, we earn. We talk about a lot. We are what we are in society. We're earning the money that we deserve because, quite frankly, we're a product of the 5 or 6 closest people to us. If you look around you, the people you're having a beer with, drinking wine with, playing sports with, whatever, most of them are in the same financial category you are because that's who you associate with. So if you want to step it up a notch or two, try to surround yourself with people up in that level. And it's not always financially. Spiritually, for instance, you want to be closer to God? Surround yourself with people who are focused on God and on spirituality and different things because they see what after a life where we're going to go to. You want to be in better shape? Surround yourself with people who put nutrition and working out at the top of things they look at. We just need to get out of that same old mentality and understand change is always going to happen. And there are times we're going to feel good with a long beard, and other times you're going to feel good about being clean shaven. And we hear about people all the time. You just have to accept me the way I am because I like who I am. Okay, I'll accept you who you are. But if you're unwilling to change and adapt to me, I can't hire you. I cannot promote you. I cannot give you a step up. If you're unwilling to change, you're going to be so stubborn to tell me I need to accept you the way you are. That's hogwash. I don't need to accept anyone. I'll accept you where you are. If you want to stay there, congratulate you and good on you, but I'm moving on. I'm moving on. I cannot keep looking back behind me. I made a lot of mistakes in my past. I made a lot of good accomplishments in my past also. And like I told you, Jackson, okay, what have you done for me lately? And even in relationships, when you have a strong partner and you guys were dating and doing some great things and started talking about your future and goals you had in mind. And then sometimes we get a little mundane, a little haphazardly stop dreaming like we used to. You still need to date your spouse. You still need to put your best foot forward. Yeah, obviously, as your relationship at church, you can still joke and be lazy sometimes, and not take certain things for granted. But there comes a time where you have to change a little bit and tweak it to make it interesting. You still have to make your relationship interesting. You still have to make your job interesting. You still have to make your business interesting. How do we do that? It's really simple. It's really, really, really simple. Got to be willing to change. Have to be willing to ask for help. Have to be willing to ask for advice. And we have to be willing to find a mentor to help us through our everyday lives. Not just a mentor in our businesses or our jobs. What about a mentor to help us get into shape? What about a mentor to help us in our spiritual guidance? What about a mentor to help us in our relationships? And that's usually different mentors and different coaches. It's usually not one person that can do it all for us. And as I talked about in many other videos and things I've done in the past, we often throughout our journey need to change our mentors or our coaches because we outgrew them or they stop growing because we want to be with someone who's continuously growing themselves to help guide us. Because when we stop growing or we stop searching for someone who really wants or really is at where we want to be, we're going to get stuck again. We're going to plateau. We're not growing when we plateau. We're only growing when we reach and step out of our comfort zone and be the best we can be. Be all that you can be. You know, once again, what have you done for me lately? What are you doing to build up your skill set today? What are you doing to earn additional streams of income to ensure when there's a crisis that happens, a financial disaster, that you'll be okay, that I'll be okay? Might not have the riches that you once did, but if you have enough just to pay your bills, you're ahead of the game. You don't have to make an extra $20,000 a month on top of what you're already doing. But what's wrong with an extra 200, extra 2,000 to help pay off some of those bills? It's really not that hard. What you're willing to accept that you and I need to change up here, definitely in here, in here. You and I can do it. And we need to stop putting stress and pressures on our family members because they don't want to be like we want them to be. Hey, that's something I still struggle with, trust me. So you and I can only react to other people's actions or we can just be focused and have that calm and peace within us right now and stop blaming everyone else. All I gotta say is you're in the office with Joseph Skoda. Reach out to me. Need a mentor, a guide, a coach, someone to listen? Well, I'm still working on that one too. Anyways, change is constantly going. That's the only constant we have. And we need to get out of that same old attitude. Have a great day. Look me up. You know where to find me. Bye now.